Hi, Greg Kail here, the Communications Director for American Water Works Association. I'm with Kevin Morley. Kevin is the Federal Relations Manager for AWWA and really one of the nation's foremost experts on cybersecurity in the water sector. Kevin, thanks for talking to us today. We had an interesting incident, alarming incident over the weekend in Florida related to a apparent cybersecurity hack on a water utility there. Can you give us some insight into what you know about that? It sounds serious. Should we be concerned?
Yeah, I think anytime a utility is attacked, whether it's cyber or physical or otherwise, Greg, it is serious and we need to take that seriously. In this particular case, based on what we know from accounts from the sheriff and other press, the utility, the hacker attempted to manipulate a chemical dosing for sodium hydroxide, which is used for pH adjustment to pretty high levels. Fortunately, the utility operator was in the system at the time, was able to thwart that attempt and you know mitigated the impact and water quality wasn't affected and the public wasn't harmed. This is a serious incident, and there are other controls in place that likely would have alerted the utility to the intrusion had the operator not been there. But nevertheless, it underscores the reality that critical infrastructure, including water, is not immune from these types of incidents.
And also really shows the importance of the water professional being vigilant, being right there. Um, but as we look at it, what are some of the things that you think water utilities need to take from the incident?
Yeah, I think number one, Greg, as I said, not only as an individual but as a critical infrastructure sector, we're all vulnerable to cyber intrusions in our personal lives and certainly in our working environment. And we know from intelligence from the Department of Homeland Security that the water sector, among other critical infrastructure sector, are being targeted. And so, utility managers need to take this very seriously. It is a national security threat. Uh, it is it is not relevant to the size of the utility. In this case, it was a fairly smaller utility, but it certainly can happen to a large system. On the internet, we're just a bunch of ones and zeros, and so uh, sometimes it's directly targeted, sometimes it's a less sophisticated attack, but nevertheless, it has the potential to uh, impact utility operations, and so the controls that they put in place are really important to manage the potential impact of those types of attacks on a water system.
Yeah, I know AWWA, I mean, this is a conversation that's been going on in the sector for a long time, and AWWA as an organization has some excellent resources available to help utilities in this area. Can you tell us what those are, what's available to them, how they get to them?
Yeah, we've been working on this internally and with our federal partners for well over a decade, Greg. And I think what's important is for utilities to take advantage of the resources that are available, such as the AWWA guidance and tool that allows the utility to really evaluate the vulnerabilities that might be in their system based on the technologies that they use, and then enables them to take appropriate actions where there might be some vulnerabilities discovered in that assessment. That complements resources from other entities like the Department of Homeland Security. But I mean, I think that's really the number one thing is to take some action to evaluate the threat and do what you can to manage that risk. Right. This is risk management, not risk elimination. We're not going to make the bad guys go away. So this is about putting up some critical blocking and tackling, if you will, to make it harder for them to be successful.
Right, and there are some requirements, are there not, within the 2018 America's Water Infrastructure Act related to this?
Yes. So community water systems are, amongst other things, required to do a risk and resilience assessment, and that includes a review and evaluation of the cyber threats to both the enterprise or business systems and the process control systems, which was the focus of the attack in Florida, and then to integrate those things into the emergency response plan so that you're taking some action to be prepared to respond to that or implement controls that would help mitigate that risk.
Well, good. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more conversation about this particular issue, this incident, cybersecurity going forward. Thanks for your work and for your expertise, and we'll talk to you soon.